Welcome back to Poker Plays. Today we are continuing Katawa Shoujo. So in the last episode, we got to hang out with Misha and Shizune, and then apparently it was yet another tactic to make us join the student council. Yep, it really rage bait us. And then we actually had to meet two new people. But yeah, basically we met one girl who has like metal prosthetic legs, you can call them, and then the other girl who has like no hands, so she does everything with her feet. So those were the two new people we met. Anyway, let's continue from here. Sound of an alarm pulls me out of a fitful slumber. I swear I thought it said pitiful. Anyway, pulls me out of a fitful slumber into the unpleasant state of wakefulness. I linger under the blanket for a few minutes, gathering energy to rise up while making excuses for why I haven't already. Honestly, I wouldn't mind staying here all day. School is surprisingly exhausting after a long pause. And the culture shock still has not faded, I think. Still, despite getting an impression that skipping class is easy here, I don't think they're going to let me get away with it, yeah. They're gonna start catching on. Yeah, don't abuse that. And the nurse is bound to keep breathing down my neck with the talk of exercising as well. Eventually I do rise up, swallow the morning medications, and put on my old soccer clothing. Thanks to my condition, I was exempted for taking part in gym classes at Yamaku, so I didn't get issued with a gym outfit. I ordered some that cover such a contingency, but wearing my old soccer clothes is kind of nostalgic. I can't use them for that anymore, so maybe they can get a new life this way. A bit like me. After all, if I'm going to start taking care of myself, I can't afford to slack around. I'll start from the basics. Basics which include keeping the rest of my body in shape, along with what little I can do to strengthen my heart. Maybe then I can go back to something approaching a normal life, or at least something where I'm less likely to fall over dead at any minute. Oh god. So I'm surprised to discover that I'm not the only one present at the track. Not just that, but it's a face I've seen before. Prosthetic legged girl who bowled over me in the hallway yesterday is running on the track. Lithely. Lithely? I don't know, I've not seen this word. Like a half mechanical gazelle. What was her name again? It was a short one, but I can't remember. Frick, yeah, I don't remember. She seems to be running laps at a somewhat easy lope, her prosthetic legs quacking rhythmically on the hard track surface. Wonder what reason she has for running this early in the morning. Maybe it's something I keen to mind. And the nurse is oppressing the poor girl with a jog just like he is oppressing me. I certainly wouldn't be here if it weren't for my health, and his prompting me to do so. Even with things being like the way they are, it's only because I wanted to get it out of the way early. The fact that I would be less likely to encounter someone who would witness my pitiful attempts to get in shape was merely a happy accident. I'd leave, but it seems that my former assailant noticed me on our last lap. She waves at me cheerfully and jogs over.
Well, hi, bonjour.
Twin Tails girl. Yeah, well, it's not gonna remind me what her name is. I knew I'd forget. Good morning. Your name is Hisao, right? She grins, seemingly pleased that she'd remember my name. You may not remember me. Okay, you don't need to keep calling me out. Emi, I knocked you over in the hallway yesterday. Miss Ibarazaki? Okay, so Emi, there you go. I'm gonna probably forget that again. Sorry. Also, I like this expression. Miss Ibarazaki. She imitates Misha imitating Shizune, failing to get the same kind of subdued wilt into her high-pitched voice. How could I forget such a blunt introduction? Emi has a decency to look vaguely apologetic for a moment before giggling. Yeah, sorry about that. Again. Well, so long as you don't make a habit of it, I suppose I'll be fine. Great. Not sure she realized I was joking. So the spy consultant the nurse was talking about, was that actually you? That's right. Oh. I was expecting someone from the nursing staff, to be honest. What? Are you saying I couldn't be a spy? Nobody ever expects... I don't even know. Nobody ever expects just somebody random. No, just more like a relief. I was ready to have someone watch my every move, just breathing down my neck. Unless you're here to do exactly that. No, I'm here for my own reasons. The nurse just asked me if I've seen a messy-haired transfer student who looks like he's kinda lost around the track. So why are you down here? Emi strikes a dramatic pose. Training? For what? Track. Ah, I see. You're on the track team then? Emi nods enthusiastically. Yep, I'm one of the better runners too. And modest about it too. Hey, you should join up. It's good exercise, you know. I think that much activity is probably out of the question for me. Nah, I'm not even sure I really like running all that much. Plus, I'm just not into organized sports, you know. It's true. Never even really got that much into soccer. I mean, I run around with my friends and all, but that's really the only reason I ever played. It's true, you know. With friends, it's fun, but then, like, when you have to start doing it professionally, it starts to suck. It wasn't for the glory to be found on the field, that's for sure. Emi seems to understand my meaning. I see. Not to the whole organization thing. But now that you're here, I guess we're going to run together, huh? Huh? Sure, I guess. Emi seems pleased. Are you going to warm up? Real men don't warm up. Famous last words. Yeah, oh no, you should always warm up. Yeah, Hisao. Baka. I know she's close, alright. Take that. She scolds me enthusiastically, but then smiles and leans closer. I hate warming up too. She laughs suddenly. Heck, and I don't even have to stretch my legs. As if to confirm her statement, she bounces up and down a couple of times, giving a passing impression of standing on a pair of springs. Her leg blades seem to be quite elastic. Let's go. Oh, here we go, we're running. So we both take off around the track. I can immediately see that she wasn't lying about being good at running. Emi moves fluidly, throwing herself into the run with a sort of wild abandon. I find myself concentrating more on running properly. Hands spread, right? Like, something about hitting on the balls of your feet rather than the heels. Trying to match my stride to Emi's, but it's pretty difficult. Apparently, I'm not very good at it. Maybe Emi can help me with that sometime. Not really feeling up to more than a couple of laps today. And Satou will walk pretty quickly. That was a long ticking noise, man. Emi keeps running and doesn't seem to notice I've stopped until she passes me a second time. She quickly skids to a halt, breathing steadily in contrast to my own somewhat gasping demeanor. Like that. Finished already? Hanging my head ruefully. Yeah. I'm not in very good shape right now. Emi nods and grins at me again. Seems to do a lot of smiling. Well, the important thing is you started, right? Next time you just have to try to hold out longer, and then longer, and longer, and eventually you'll be great. It's all about endurance. I'll keep that in mind. But I think right now I'm gonna go get ready for class. Shouldn't you? Emi shrugs unconcernedly. Nah, I've got plenty of time. I noticed that she's not even wearing a watch. You sure? Another careless shrug. Not really, but I've got to finish my routine. See you later, Hisao. Yeah, see ya.
Bye, have a great time.
Not sure whether this morning's experiment was a success or failure, but I'll admit that I do feel slightly good about getting out there this morning. And like Emi said, I just need to keep it at order, or keep at it in order to get better, right? Why can't I read? Practice makes perfect or something like that. So I have to at least feel like I'm taking some semblance of control over my own health. I'll have to try to keep this up. Alright, I head back to the dorms to wash and change into my uniform. Trying to resist the urge to take a really long and hot shower. Oh, I'm tired from all the running, so I just want to unwind, but I don't want to break my slowly building routine of getting to school before the morning rush. Oh, here we go, it's the bathroom. It's so foggy in here. I'm taking a long shower anyway. I dry myself off and get out of the stall to put on my clothes.
Sup, bitches?
Oh god, it's Kenji, the Yappa. Out of nowhere, a shadow appears within the mist, looming and radiating malicious intent. It bursts through the fog. Sup? What are you doing here? The hell, yeah, you scared me, bro. You could have at least knocked. I should be asking you that. I've been looking for you all over the place, man. What do you mean all over the place? But that's been looking for me like that, stark naked, but hold my tongue. Yo, bro, chill. I finally realized I'm still naked too and quickly hold my shirt up in front of me. But Kenji doesn't seem to notice a thing. Yeah, thank God bro's blind. His glasses are fogged up, but then why doesn't he wipe them off? His vision's so bad it's like he's perpetually seen through fog. You know, your room and... yeah, that's it. Hey, I mean, still had to get up. Oh, I still had to get up though. Whatever, it's not important. Gotta borrow some money. Puts on an innocent face and looks away. Trying very hard to look casual. It doesn't work. He's as transparent as his window pane-sized glasses. Talking neutrally like this, wearing nothing, feels awkward. Actually, somehow it's even more awkward to be naked in front of someone when they can't even see me being naked. To say nothing of the fact that he's naked as well. I try to brush off the feeling with little success. Money? Sure. Awesome. Mate, why do you need it? I probably don't want to know. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, you just gave it to me because I had the goodwill to not run through your pockets while you were in the shower. I could have, but I exercised restraint. And in the end, isn't it the thought that counts? Come on, be a pal. This makes no sense. If it's the thought that counts, I should withhold payment, since his thoughts were clearly so impure, and his intentions are probably even more sinister, since he can't tell me what they are. I say as much to him. I'm offended, man. But if that is your game, then fine. I guess I have no choice. I want to order a pizza. I already have most of the cost of the pizza. I need your help for the rest. I get some of the pizza too, right? No. Well, yeah, he said it. No. My pizza. Yeah, you serious, man? Come on. Yeah, I'm gonna give you some, but you have class. You don't have time to eat a pizza. Bro, I'm bringing off shit for lunch, alright? Just give me it. I'll figure it out. Yeah, what about you? I'm not going for class, or I'm not going to class. I have to wait for the pizza and pay the guy, and then eat it. It's not easy. You have to obtain the pizza stealthily. If you don't, everyone will see you, and the pizza, and then ask for a slice. Yeah, you got some for the whole class. It's a hard world out there. Everyone wants a piece. Then you're a pizzaless in an unforgiving world. It's happened before, that's how I know. Every day, I plan my vengeance, so that when the people who wronged me order a pizza, I will be there, ever vigilant. I do not have voice words. Genji strikes a dramatic pose, completely without irony. But yeah, I only need like 400 yen, please, for my only help. I can't go outside and buy my own pizza, it's too far. I try not to go out unless it's absolutely necessary. Let me tell you what happened the last time I went out, without carefully planning it in advance. Back to the yapping. I was outside. I can't remember what I was doing. Something, standing, maybe wondering, how did I get here? You might be wondering, how did I get here? And then out of nowhere, it happened. Like a flash of lightning, splitting the sky like how you split a sandwich into 2 equal pieces. To make it more manageable to hold and eat, a bird crapped on my head. Oh. Okay, that's unfortunate, actually. It was the second most shocking moment of my life. What was the first? He ignores me and keeps going. God damn. I want to grab him and chick. Is he just trying to keep momentum? I'll go with that, even if it's more likely you didn't hear me. It's like in the openings of some kind of anime show. You know how there's always a part where the main dude is fighting his rival, and they fly at each other and clash swords, and there's like this big dramatic colored wars and zooms. Zoom. It was like that, but with poo. Okay. So, yeah, I need some money, please. Don't let me hang it, man. I need like 1,000. No, bro, you said 400. What the fuck? Yeah, it was 400. Don't you dare try and scam me. Okay. Nani? I'll pay you back, I swear. Better, that's what it means to borrow stuff. I already told this guy's full of crap, he won't pay me back. He'll forget. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. Of course. Yeah, you have 1 week, bro. Genji winces and makes a noise like a dying cow. Particularly disturbing fact, given that his baton is conducting freely. You're not supposed to be so tight-assed about money between brothers in arms, man. Man habit is bad enough as it is. Did you know that male porn stars only make about what half of female porn stars make? Okay, buddy. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything unless you are a porn star. Maybe he is. Maybe I am a porn star on the side. Struggling to make ends meet. Okay. Struggling to make ends meet as I fight the feminist agenda, and you came and spot me with your crumbs, you bastard. Nobody understands nobody. Wouldn't feminists be against pornography in the first place? Yeah, this feminist shit again, man? What the hell? This stuff is important. I can see you don't give a shit, but it's serious here. Feminists are a dangerous enemy. Make no mistake. You take them lightly, and you'll wake up in the morning with a knife in your back. Bam! Out of nowhere. Yeah, how do you wake up in the morning and someone stabbed you in your sleep? Women are terrible at stabbing things. I thought you said you don't take them lightly. Well, I don't take them lightly for the big things. Individually, they're not a threat, but if there was some kind of war, like a big war with men on one side and the feminists on the other side, it would be pretty ugly. I mean, any war would be ugly. Let's be real. And that day will come when the feminists come out of their central top secret worldwide feminist headquarters and say, "It's on now, motherfuckers." Sorry, I read the motherfucker's part in Coco's voice. That's funny. You're being ridiculous. There's no worldwide feminist headquarters building. Where would they even hide that? I mean, it'd have to be massive. You couldn't hide that on Earth. I wouldn't even notice a big fortress, but the way women did it. Who said it was on Earth? It's on Mars. I turn away from Kenji and start practicing frowning faces in the mirrors, so that I can figure out what kind of frown will best express my emotions. Yeah, you can't see me from this distance anyway. Which unfortunately means he just keeps on ranting without any regard to sense or sensibility. Yeah, there is a war going on. Bro, I don't think I want to read all this anymore. I'm sorry. Okay. So that's all I gotta say. This guy yaps about nothing. Sure. Yeah, so can I have the money? No. Get the hell out. He's walking the way out. It's getting cold because I'm still naked, and I want to go to class, so I agree to spot him the money. Awesome. Thanks, dude. We should go bowling later on. Bowling? Yeah, it's the ultimate sport. There are almost no women bowlers either, making it the manliest sport. Sure, buddy. Should I wear my pink bowling shirt with magic shoes, or the pastel green with flower accents? Yes. There are bowling clothes? Maybe. And anyway. Yeah, you better pay me back, bro. I'm breaking down your door if you don't. I can pay you back in stuff, right? No, money. Nothing else. I don't know, I have to get to class. You're kind of in the way. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't want to hold you up, and I have some stuff to do myself. The time has come. The time for what? I just like saying that. Okay, now the time has really come. For what? I don't know. Oh, I have to use the bathroom. Get out of it. I was about to say, no, I just like saying it. I was just going to. What does that mean? It's a big bathroom. So, I have to be alone or I can't go. The pressure. Yeah, what if somebody else comes in, bro? You tell them get out. Da-da-da. I'll think of something. Given my practice brown, I'm always kind of silly in his reflective glasses. Yeah, he either doesn't notice or doesn't see anyway, so I get dressed and run back to my room. Knowing his own eternity has passed since I woke up. That is time I'll never get back. I'll get him for this somehow. Yeah, screw you, Kenji. Right now, I have to get to class. You and your freaking feminist conspiracies, man. Alright, I'm the first person in class today, although I think I'm a little too early. Then again, sitting alone here for 20 minutes sure beats having to suffer that time with Kenji. Real. Combination of fatigue, frustration, and boredom starts making me feel very tired. I black out for a second, but get up when my head hits the surface of the desk. Rubbing my forehead, I realize this is as good of a reason. Wait, this is as good a reason to stay. What? I realize this is as good as I realize this is as good a reason as any to stay up for now and stop coming to class so early later. I cannot read that sentence. I felt like a fucking tongue twister. Anyway. Eventually I hear a tapping noise outside in the hallway. Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. She's not in this class, so she must have some other business. Maybe she's looking for Hanako? Lily stops at the door, looking hesitant as if she was a vampire who couldn't come in unless invited. I consider doing so because she looks rather lonesome standing there. She steps in on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar as if it was the importance to look prim when entering our classroom. Gotta look dapper, you know?
Hello there.
Hello. Excuse me. She calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. Good morning, Lily. Hisao, good morning. I didn't hear you come in. What if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before? It's likely. If I were to tell her too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance? No, she seems to only come in just before the bell rings, or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you? No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only two people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here. I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something other people should. Punctuality's a good thing. I think so anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival is coming up soon, and today's the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that is why it's so quiet today. Whoa, whoa. That was a loud bang. I mean, he's like, hi. It's me, Misha. Misha pops to the room with Shizune as if on cue, chatting with a loudness that makes Lilly visibly flinch. Hi, Hichan. Hi. Da-da-da. Look, it's the class representative. Hello. Lilly smiles, probably amused by Misha's, or Shizune's, use of the word look. Good morning. Of course. Oh, of course, you're not the representative of this class, right? Right. I'm not. Lilly seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they don't really get along at all. I feel like at this point, Shizune gets along with nobody. Like, I swear to you, it's always like first it was Hanako, like, oh, Shizune doesn't get along with her. And then, like, Emi, when she ran into us, then Shizune gave her, like, this death stare. And then you're like, yeah, I'm not getting along with this. I'm not getting along with the student council girl. And then it was, oh, Rin. Okay, I remember her other name, yeah. So Rin in the art room. Like, because I think she was sleeping on the art tables, and then Shizune also gave her a death stare. So it's like, damn, I guess Shizune gets along with nobody. She's the most feared in the school. That's what it is. Rules the school with an iron fist. Then I realized that Lilly might not actually know Shizune is present and is trying to detect whether or not she is. To know who she is talking to. It's usually robot sensors. There is a Shizune in the class. Glee Corp, I am doomed. For all she knows, she's talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune being the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lilly out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You were here early, Shizune. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird though, that Shizune didn't like my comments. It's true, I was here earlier than them. So me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. We're gonna start weighing whether or not I should apologize. Shizune has already moved on. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival is coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their projected budget reports for their events. Even the first years. Except you. There is still time to hand it in, isn't there? It's like, no. How dare you? You don't want me to do this shit last minute, man. Like, come on. Don't do this to me. Today. The deadline is today. You're certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, I'd have had all the necessary paperwork days ago. But someone had to say, the deadline, please extend it. Yes, that was me. Pointing something on the scale was not a small task. And a week is too small a time frame to expect the whole class to work out such a complex issue together. Or completely, yeah, anyway. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one class's event? Handling the same matter for every class in the school, and then some. The one who does that is me. Misha puts her hands on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she really is getting into the role. Lilly doesn't look like she's amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. But please, Hisao, it's alright. Lilly seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Shizune, she might not have it on her at this exact second. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. Yeah, word must have gone around. I mean, to be expected, you hang around with them all the time. In fact, they probably tried this shit with somebody else if they already know. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They're like, yep, they're hanging out with them. He's gonna be in the student council, isn't he? That's to be expected now. Yeah, word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. It just gets better and better. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. This kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they cannot come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I will apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Lily, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know? What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect the enjoyment of their entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them, starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. I don't know, something like that. I'll try to put this arm up because I didn't want to, like, just hit the microphone straight up. Anyway. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. Ta-da. And what's with that attitude? I said that's not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's putting her cards so close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of the glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of sarcasm, in which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other. That much is clear. But this seems a little much. Seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Okay. I see you. They're cooking with the arts already. Alright, intense music too. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down and make sure I don't forget my own. Whoa. Okay. The very calculated, like, smug grin of Shizune. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems you're confusing me with yourself. I don't think so. That'll be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. And it's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Wait. Okay, make sure I'm getting that without the UI. That's good. That's definitely gonna be the thumbnail. Hell yeah. Oh my god. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce half these words. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're going to do a lot more to make sure this goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is getting mad at me. Okay, hold on. Save. What are the choices? So, hey, come on, cut me and Lily some slack, or don't drag me into this. I've done my part. You know, let's defend Lily. I mean, come on. I feel like they are being kind of hard on her. I'll be honest. Hey, I'm the new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done much, even if I wanted. That's right. You shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump into it on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Excuses. Miss Class Rep has had plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if... I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn to a confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. Turn my back at them. I get back to my seat and shut my ears from the finale of the argument between Lilly and Shizune. Eventually, Lilly leaves our classroom, and Shizune and Misha seat themselves without talking to me. I feel Shizune's eyes burning into my back. She's probably angry at me, but I'm just as angry with her. I don't get why she had to drag me to the argument. Oh, okay, so Hanako doesn't come to the morning class at all. Leave her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lilly was looking for her, but I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. Turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with the studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes, instead opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations, taken directly from the book. That part of the beat sounded weird. I thought it was an actual sound effect. Anyway, the rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. Start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. Alright, when the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing what we covered in class today. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. Notice Shizune and Misha have also stayed behind, talking to someone else from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through air. Maybe there's pent-up anger in there. Misha is trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear she can even barely manage to understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing looks like serious business. Shizune signs... Shizune signs to the point where her wrist... crackle. Misha struggles to spit it out in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters. Then on top of that, she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. She looks tired like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down at their seats again. Ugh, I'm so tired. She's hanging her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I'll use the opportunity to reconcile with Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again. Though I suspect that door is closed for me now. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, the people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. I never see people idling around before and after classes. They're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me at first, so trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end starts signing without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing into speech for me. She does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking, transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. Well, of course. We're in the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of our festival with our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival were to fail. That's why there must be no flaws, I think it was... encumbrances? No nothing that would make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's acting are really oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello. Oh, there she is. Look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only a jest. Oh, Shizune. There we go. Another clash. Oh, she moves away a little. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away, to the point where only her fingers can be seen, wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lilly. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lilly been here? Sorry, haven't seen Satou. She, came by in the morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasy at, Shizune. She stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What's she trying to do? Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away. And she's intimidating enough as it is. So I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It's a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom, working on her festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at? Damn. Yep. Hanako nods quickly and retreats with haste. What were we talking about? Oh yeah. We're working really hard to make the festival happen. And driving other people insane along the way. Well, good luck with that. I stand up to leave, making my exit before either of them manages to berate me anymore for slacking off. The halls are somewhat quiet, as expected. Everyone must be in club meetings or at festival preparations. Or both. Shizune's words about being a slacker echo in my head. I feel a bit guilty for not contributing at all. But I seem to lack the resolve to do something concrete about the matter. For the festival, it's too late already, unless I count on helping Shizune and Misha, which I naturally don't. And clubs, I don't know. Maybe I'm not a club type of person. Okay, halfway through the way from the school building to the dorms, I spot a figure in front of the dorms. Oh, it's Rin. Looks like she's working on her mural today too. I walk over to her, but she doesn't seem to notice me approaching. Yo, what's up? Another screenshot of that. She's sitting on an upturned box, looking intently at the wall. She is painting a brush. Wait, oh, she's painting with a brush held between her toes. The mural has progressed considerably since yesterday, but it's still only half as done as far as I can tell. More colors have appeared, and the twisted human-like figures have spread and increased in number. I have to say, the style is quite eye-catching and very unique. Not that I would be knowledgeable about art at any measurable scale, but it's very nice looking nevertheless. I clear my throat to get her attention, but not startle her so that their concentration won't break. Oh, wait. She doesn't even check to turn. But she doesn't even check who it is, basically. I can't read. I don't know. Anyway, I'll wait. Dot 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 dot. Oh yeah, dot dots. Let's go. Okay. Dot dot. 15 minutes later, I decided her concentration is indeed unbroken. Not so that I've waited long enough to warrant poking her gently on the shoulder to remind her of my presence. Rin turns her head mechanically and becomes staring at my crotch level. Oh, it's Hisao. She can tell. I feel a lot less uncomfortable if she would look at my face. An astute observation. Hard at work, I see. Conversation starts as if I hadn't been here for a quarter of an hour already. But it's not a concern, at least it starts. Looking good. It does. The layers of paint hiding other layers of paint, mixing and shaping the human figures really creates an impressive look. But Rin looks miffed. You shouldn't comment on works in progress. 7 years of bad luck. That's terrible. Guess I'll take it back then. Still, it looks good. What if I get 14 years of bad luck for thinking that? It just doubles the more you say, oh, it looks good. Or he just keeps accumulating 7 more 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Until it's 700 years of bad luck. Rin turns back to look at her painting and pokes it with a big toe. Could you mix some of this color? I am running out of it. She looks down at a half-empty bowl with the remains of the same pinkish paint in it. I never really intended to stay and help her with this project though. Guess I didn't intend to do much. Look at Rin, and she looks emptily back at me. Just this once. Rin picks up another brush and drenches it in another tone of pale red. There are dozens of similar bowls all around her working area. From the looks of this scene, she could have been sitting here for hours. I wonder if she has. That means she has been skipping school though, which of course I wouldn't put it beyond someone like Rin. Pour a little bit of white and red into the bowl. Try to match the color with the one already on the wall. I can't seem to get it right. It's really inconvenient for her to not mix enough in the first place. Getting it to be exactly the same tone will be impossible. But at least I could try to get as close as I can. Speaking of hard work, isn't that a huge workload for you too? Such a big painting and all. Oh, I'm not old and bitter enough yet to think like that. I guess you aren't. You guessed right. Legs hurt though. They feel like slugs. Slugs made of sea slugs. Because of the position. Yeah, I like doing it in a horizontal position more, if you know what I'm talking about. But it can't be helped. Can't ask the wall to lay down. Saying that, she stretched herself a little, but near her legs and back far more than a human should flex. It's astonishing how effortlessly she manages her body around. There's a small flinch in her otherwise blank expression, hints of pain maybe, as she stretches out her calves. Rin must have stamina and dexterity far above a normal person to be able to live like she does. But she's wearing out working on this. Why push yourself so much? Take a break or something at least. Continue tomorrow if it's bad. Just gives her a pause. Long one too, feeling like a mental yawn. It's like, nope. Taking days off is not my thing, bro. I don't think so, Hisao. I'm not pushing myself. Sure looks like you are. No, it's not about pushing or pulling, or anything related to that kind of thing. There is this boy. A boy? Yes. Yeah, Doko. At the art club. And? He is blind. Oh, wait, is it Kenji? Oh my god. Oh, how can you paint if you are blind? No idea. So, why is he there? That's the point. He is there. You really should speak more than one word at a time to make this feel like a discussion, or less like an interrogation. He really can't do anything that you'd call art, right? But he comes there anyway, and paints. Nande? I don't know, why? I don't know, that's why I asked. So? He doesn't paint often, but I think his paintings are very interesting. I'm sure they are. I once tried that, painting with eyes closed. Wasn't too interesting. And cleaning up the floor took ages. Didn't try again. But he is becoming better at sculpting. I see. Maybe she was trying to make a point with this. Maybe she forgot she had one. Seems like the art club is full of interesting people. Not really. Pretty blunt statement. She totally missed the sarcasm. No. Just like I said, they're not very interesting. I usually don't have much interest in people who are not interesting. Maybe you have. Maybe. But that boy is interesting. Maybe I am like that boy, or maybe you are. Maybe everyone is. Doing things you can't do just because you can. That's pretty deep, I think, and tell that to her. You're a deep one. Nah, I'm a really shallow and thoughtless person. People say that to me all the time. Did you know I can only think of 4 things at the same time? No, but now I do. Right now I'm thinking of the second floor's girls' toilet, ice cream flavored ice cream, the middle toe, and a haircut. I'm going to need a haircut. Whoa, what? Okay, that was funny. Like the art just shifting a lot. Takes her head around vigorously. Running her short and messy hair ruffle wildly around. I can see that doing it is something she likes to do. While silent as Rin treads around absent-mindedly, poking some brushes around. Thought about the art club sticks in my head for a while longer. I feel like I'm treading on very unknown territory with art. The way these meetings with Rin go, it's as though I'm starting a smoking habit or something. Should probably stop talking with her. It's not like I dislike her, despite the confusion. Despite the confusion her being herself causes. I don't dislike art either. I'm even drawn for fun sometimes. I just don't have a real creative drive or any technical skill. So usually if I were to draw something, I get white paper syndrome and just freeze completely. Then I managed to draw something disfigured and probably get frustrated at my inability to put the picture down on the paper, and I call it quits without really trying to make an effort. Rin clearly doesn't have this problem, but she frustrates me in another way. Being with her is like looking into a mirror that doesn't reflect anything. It makes one question the sanity of the act. Rin sits down on her box, swaying from side to side, very comfortable with the uncomfortable silence. She's staring at me again, or maybe over my shoulder. Can't quite figure out where her eyes are focused. I'm thinking of leaving so she can carry on working undistracted, and that I can do whatever I'm going to do alone. It's not like I have anything that must be done today. Oh shoot. Who? Nobody. I should probably tell Hanako that Lilly was looking for her. Do you know her from my class? Oh, her. The mystery toilet girl. That person is funny. I saw her going to the toilet 5 times during recess 3 weeks ago. I'm sure it's the world record. It was very mysterious. That's why you call her mystery toilet girl. What other reason could there possibly be? Well, if there is, it's an eternal mystery. I didn't follow her in there. Maybe it was the week before that. Could have been. Looking at her makes me hungry. Don't say that. Oh, he's not around her. Rin turns to look at me blankly, as if she's not sure why I reproved her. But she doesn't acknowledge understanding me any more than before, so I give up at this point. So, do you want to go eat dinner then? No, not yet. Rin has turned her hunger gaze back to the wall, looking slightly more energetic. Or at least slightly less lethargic than she did before. It's as if the wall was an opponent she has to vanquish, something she must overcome before she can indulge in dinner. This is the feeling I get. Her sense of empathy overcomes me and makes me smile a little to myself. For all her oddity, Rin is pretty cool after all. I'll be going anyway. Have fun. Rin has already grasped a brush and is dipping it into fresh paint. So of course she can't hear me anymore or doesn't even answer. Okay, so adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake up early enough to go jogging again. Had to burp. Made a promise that I'm going to keep it. Besides, Emi is bound to rat on me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. But if you close your eyes. Oh yeah, transition again. Katawa Shoujo. Let's try that again. I don't know. Maybe I need that. You never know. Wakey wakey, it's time for school. My morning alarm goes off and I wail about uselessly until I remember I decided to give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. It's about my health. Okay, let's do this. Oh, okay. Sorry, I did that. Once again, we're on the track. Emi has apparently been here for some time. Looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell does she come here anyway? No, she practically lives here. Oh, it's you. I'm surprised to see you again. What's that? Well, not many people actually manage to come back for a second try. She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought. Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. And I guess it's pretty early in the morning. Shrug, it suddenly appears she's forgotten what she's talking about. Frown disappears entirely and she seems to snap back to her previous train of thought. So, come on then. Nani? You're here to run again, right? Well, yes. So, come on. I must have suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be setting on... Or seem... What? Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling, while Emi moves with an effortlessness I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work towards things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emi seems to have grown impatient, keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? Yeah, you know what? You gotta push forward. Yeah, go for it. What am I doing here? Am I really just gonna fool and let Emi pull ahead? Speed up. Okay, I should never do that again. I just jumbled up the headphone wire doing that. The second lap's done quickly. Without even considering it, I keep going. Emi looks back over her shoulder and grins. Still going? Wouldn't want you to think I'm out of shape. He just slides away. Emi laughs without breaking her stride, no less. It speeds up even more. Well, this is the way we're gonna play things. I increase my own pace as well. I feel my lungs burning. My legs are starting to question what the hell I think I'm doing. Lactic acid screams at my muscles, but I close my ears. I can't let myself fall behind because that would be a loss. A rational voice in my head inquires mildly just when we started playing a game. I'd answer it, but I'm having a lot of trouble thinking at present. She's so fast. Got some bold too. That's how fast. Auto showed she. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, I think I cooked myself. Oops. It's like a strained point on my chest. A choking feeling of narrowness and pain. Before I can think of anything else, then, oh shit. Track disappears from under my feet. I stumble. One hand shooting down to clutch at my chest, the other hitting the track to keep me from falling on my face. Rina whirls around and her eyes widen. Hisao! She yells at me, sprinting from the other side of the track. Oh, I just realized too, technically that ticking sound is actually supposed to be Emi's legs hitting the track. Like it's her footsteps. What's wrong? Nothing. Just keep your breathing steady. Calm down. Don't panic. Don't panic. Do you need me to get the nurse? I close my eyes, shutting out the outside world. My heart struggles to regain its rhythm. Slowly the pain in my chest begins to subside. Soon, it's gone like nothing had happened. It was nothing? No, something happened there. I open my eyes again and glance at a very worried Emi. I think I'm fine. My voice sounds weird even to myself. Oddly, even in matter of fact, it makes Emi frown. I don't think you are. She seems to come to a decision and nods to herself. Right. You're coming with me. You've got to see the nurse. He grabs my arm and drags me up. Feel a bit wobbly, but I refuse the shoulder Emi offers for support. Honestly, I'm a little ashamed by my own weakness. I'd really rather not have Emi concerned about me, but it seems to be too late. Heck, I'd really rather not have anyone be concerned about me, or about my condition. Though at this point, it seems to be too late for that. I'd like to be able to deal with the whole thing on my own, without being a bother to anyone else. While I'm wishing for things, I'd rather not have this condition in the first place. Nurse! Emi crashes into his office without knocking, but it doesn't alarm the nurse in the least. Good morning, Sunshine. What's up? Sunshine? Anyway, calmly sips his coffee mug, but it lays down after following Emi's gaze to me glooming in the doorway. Hisao, what brings you here? We were running, and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest, and I thought oh. Easy there, Emi, calm down. What'd you say? Hold on. That's the whole thing said. So we were running and he stumbled over and started grabbing at his chest. And I thought I'd come get you and make him wait there, but he said he was okay, but then I thought you should see him anyway, and... Okay. Hisao, what happened? I don't know. We were running and then my chest started hurting like that time before, but went away after a few seconds. Just a flutter or something. Nurse Brown's as if to say that just a flutter, some kind of oxymoron. I didn't mean quite this when I said to get some exercise. You have to be more careful, Hisao. I was being careful. Come to think of it, I just got into a race with a member of the track team. Doesn't seem as well reasoned as I thought it would. You just what? That is... I was racing Emi. Emi? Is this true? Also, we got a sensei voice now. Emi fidgets, looking adorably contrite. Well... Finally, she can't seem to bring herself to say it out loud and merely nods. Nurse sighs and rubs his forehead with one hand tiredly. Emi, you've got to be more sensitive to the limits of others. I don't know if he told you, but Hisao has a bad heart. Getting him to race you was incredibly irresponsible. Actually, it was me who started it. Nurse is stunned by my statement. You what? We were just running and Emi started to pull away, and so I, sped up to catch up to her. Nurse stares at the ceiling, utters a prayer for patience to some god or another, and looks back down at the both of us. You're both stupid. That's a comfort, I guess. Now, come on, Hisao. Better make sure your heart's not going to explode or something. I dutifully obey and followed him to the adjacent room where we ascertain that I am, in fact, not going to keel over and die. So, how does it feel? I don't know, nothing much. Tired, but it might just be from the exercise. You should stay here for a few hours of rest. We'll see how you feel after that. I'm not going to object, so I lie down on the infirmary bed. Okay, so... A thoroughly miserable Emi comes in after getting an earful from the nurse in the other room. I couldn't hear what she said through the closed door, but I'm sure it wasn't pleasantries. Look, I'm really, really sorry. I should have been more careful. Hey, you didn't know. It's not your fault. She looks awfully down and sorry, and my reassurances don't do anything much to cheer her up. I want to make it up to you. Again with that decisive nod. So, you have to come to lunch with me. I'll bring it for you, okay? Something really, really good. Start with the, you don't have to, but then shut up and just nod at her when I see your face. Good. We meet on the roof. We? Yep. The weather's nice now, so the roof's got a great spot for lunch, you know? I see. Hey, you'll come, right? You wouldn't deny me the chance to make it up to you? Of course not. Great. See you there. I stay put somewhere between asleep and awake, feeling completely drained. Not only my body, but all of me is limp and paralyzed, apart from my senses. I swallow with difficulty and I try to lie as still as I can, which in this state is not a very hard thing to do. And there's a shuffling around on the other side of the curtains he drew to give me privacy. I can see a shadow shifting about in the sunlight. He's opened the window of his office. It's windy outside. The gleaming white curtains flutter in the breeze in a heavy, lazy motions like waves. Light sifts through them, slowly, half absorbing it into the fabric. I close my eyes. The breeze on my face feels like the soft fabric of the curtains. Listen to the sound of my heartbeat for a moment, trying to shut out the sound of the nurse tapping away on his computer, and my own heavy breathing. It's steady. Damn it. Not even a week and I end up like this again. I really screwed up this time. Should have known better than to play the half-baked sports star in front of a real one. Why did I try to act brave, like that heart flutter was no big deal, even when it was obvious that it was? It was just a reflex to push it away, to keep it inside. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want Emmy to see it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I have to be more careful, or I'll end up in the hospital again. Or worse. It's my final thought before I give in to the tiredness. Alright, wakes up again. You know what, we'll end this part here. I think it would be like a good part for next episode to go on like that little like lunch date with Emmy. So we'll save here. I don't know, it's kind of cool though that like I guess we're gonna start getting some choices to kind of get these new story branches for all the different routes of the other students. I don't know why I couldn't say that in a comprehensible sentence. But anyway, yeah. So next episode we're gonna see like what is she gonna do to make it up to us. Even though, as he said, it was his fault, aka it was my fault because I chose that choice. I was like, you know what, we gotta go all in. And then he almost died. Sorry, Hisao. But with that, hopefully you all enjoyed this episode of Katawa Shoujo. Look forward to more. I'm gonna just make sure to record more episodes because I feel bad that I haven't been playing it for a while because I've been so busy with Kimochi Classroom and even Lipstick Darlings. So I'll make sure to play this more, as well as like another visual novel, which I don't know if at the time this video goes up, there will be a second visual novel like running alongside it. But with that, in the top right corner of your screen, an info card should take you to the next part once it becomes available. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Alright. Peace.